This is the joy of gaming. Alright guys, this is Indigo. We are back for the third episode of our Let's Play of Castlevania Lords of Shadow. I did not put an S on the end of Shadows this time, though I sort of just did. Well, we're getting better is the point. We're about to go to the Dead Bog, and this time we should be able to hear Patrick Stewart because I didn't do a test run. I'm just going with it. We're getting into the flow now, so let's go.
Alone again, with only his thoughts as company,
There he is.
he continues on his journey to find the one he seeks. Who or what was that strange creature? There is a power here that few know, a power that could have some influence on events. Perhaps the guardian of the lake is aware of him now and offers aid in his quest. There is just the small matter of the Dead Bog to overcome.
And as a note, I know there's been a little ghosting of audio in the past
of
two episodes. I'm trying to fix that.
Strong here,
Hopefully it'll be better this time.
Corner, but nothing will stop
Not
him.
sure. We'll see.
Nothing will stand in his way.
But let's go. We'll start right now. Dead Bog. It's a little bit of a jaunt. Oh. Get some swag. Life Gem Medallion. Usually worn by warriors of the Brotherhood of Light. And imbue the wearer with increased stamina. Okay, so if I find 5 of them, I get more health. That is always nice. And a little cute thing. More corpses. I found a scroll to read. There's something in the water, something terrible. I've seen men dragged under, never to return. Oh, is it multiple page? Wow. Okay. It's not too long, I guess, but still. Alright, some lore. Heck, I know that I'm going to die, but at least it will be heck. That, I don't know, the use of that word sort of takes me a little out of the setting. It's like, heck. This is one of those days. I don't know, that's just a weird word to be used in this. Anyway, back to it. A lot of tutorials happening. I mean, I guess it is only the third mission. And really the first mission with any sort of exploratorial... Is that a word? Exploration. Got the Assassin's Creed style run walling and whatnot, and I'm having trouble dropping. There we go. Well, that's not good. He's that curious? He does never seen a bomb before? I mean, the thing's got quite a fuse, so I guess he's got the time. Yeah, maybe don't put a 15-minute timer on your bombs. And that guy's dead. Whatever these guys are. Look like orcs or gremlins. Probably orcs. I'm gonna have to fight them. I'm gonna do some more combos this time. Try to anyway. I could have seen his name apparently. I guess I still could. Or not. Monsters. Goblin. I was right on neither of my guesses. I think they're fairly big for goblins. Anywho, trying to come up... I mean, you know, that's the challenge of doing this Let's Play for the first time. I was able to explain some stuff through the first episode, and the second episode had some funny moments and was pretty quick. I have throwing daggers. I should remember that. Oh, I forgot to turn off notifications. Well, there's Warshak, who is a friend of mine. He might message me because he does that, but I will ignore him because I'm focused on giving you guys a show, and in the future I'll remember to turn off notifications. But for those interested, Warshak is a friend of the show, Adam, who is mentioned a lot of times on the podcast. So anyway, so I had those things to talk about. And now I'm still trying to figure out the best thing to just sort of discuss on a weekly basis. And maybe just to do... I probably should avoid the pulsating pit in the middle of the swamp and not walk right into it. This is slow going. Might jump next time. Might be smart. There's something out there. The fog is poison. Well, that's great. It's not that poisonous. I'm trying to do a little bit of exploration because there's clearly multiple paths here. Well, anyway, so Castlevania is a series that I am a fairly big fan of. I'm not going to say I go all the way back. I wasn't born when the first Castlevania game came out, I don't think, because I'm pretty sure that was like mid-80s, late 80s. But I guess I am not exploring, or maybe there's multiple paths. But what I really like about Castlevania is that the setting, and I've always been a big fan of the Metroidvania format. In fact, Castlevania, not Metroid, is where I first experienced the sort of gameplay that both series made famous, obviously originating in Metroid. And it was with Castlevania Circle of the Moon, which was a Game Boy Advance launch title. This is the first time I ever had access to the series, really. I'd had a Nintendo 64, but I don't know that you can really count those two games as the best representations of what Castlevania can offer. And so Circle of the Moon, and I've played pretty much every Metroidvania game since then. As far as I mean, you know, all three Game Boy Advance ones, all three DS ones. Well, that is to say, the three Castlevanias released on DS, not the 3DS one, because I think there's only been one 3DS game so far. It's the sequel, sort of, to this, actually, Lords of Shadow, Mirror of Fate. But yeah, so I fell in love with the style because it was so different from what I saw in a lot of games at the time, where it was very gothic and dark, and I was about 10 or 11 when that came out, and I got to play it, and, you know, it was a time where, I mean, I didn't have the strictest parents in terms of what I could play, but I didn't play M-rated games when I was younger, not till a certain point, around Halo. Oh man, that button press. And now I have a grenade. And I attacked a tree that I can examine. I guess I need another grenade, so I probably shouldn't kill this dude. And I screwed it up. So Castlevania has always been something that really, it was different at the time. I really enjoyed Circle of the Moon, even though it is more spin-off-ish, I think, in terms of the actual continuity. You don't even play as Belmont. Though many would argue you don't play as a Belmont in the best game, Symphony of the Night. Again, you might argue that's the best game. But I love that it's a series that has such depth and variety to it, that there are enough games that people can really argue over which one is the best. I am not... I was grabbing the wrong bit. And I've always had fun with Castlevania whenever I play it. I even played those PS2 3D ones because I liked the idea of a fully 3D Castlevania. I know it is certainly arguable whether or not those games were successful. I liked the one, I think Lament of Innocence. Whichever one had the dude sort of like suggestively holding a snake on the cover. And that just sounds dirty, but yeah. And this is a series built around dudes in chainmail with whips, so it's not wholesome. Anyway, so I was semi-excited for Castlevania. I remember it got the big hype, like Project Ogre, and Hideo Kojima was supposed to be involved, and I don't know, playing it, how much he actually probably was, or if he was already thinking of Metal Gear Solid 5. But, you know, I wanted a 3D action-adventure Castlevania game that could bring all the things I loved about the series out of 2D, and as much as I loved the Metroidvania style, I wanted a game that would offer something new. And this certainly offers something different. Again, it's very God of War-like, so it's hard to say that it's new, but I like what they've done so far replaying it. It's just, again, that first time I played it, for whatever reason, it stopped being as compelling. I feel like I keep making the wrong call on which path to take. Oh, good lord. Oh, there's the ledge. They are really hyping this dude up. I vaguely remember this. Again, I played this before, and unlike the opening, I know I did this, and
Forgive me, brother.
As far as achievements go, I know I
far greater
played through
than
at
yours.
least the first 3 chapters, I think. Which is about a fourth of the game. Love that the combat cross is just there. Or the hole for the combat cross, anyway. Ridiculously ornate. Is the cross powered up with magixes now, or a hook shot? Hook tip. Hook tip. Yeah, that's totally different from a hook shot. I doubt I will shoot it at all. I will tip things with it. Like the maitre d' at an ancient restaurant. Okay. Going into one of my earlier problems is that everything in this game feels just a bit too long, and like those little screens where it like tells you what to do feels like there's maybe a second or two too long, and that's not a big deal, but it is. That dude is angry. Alright. Swamp Troll. I could have guessed that, probably. I should try to guess their names from now on. That's what I'm going to do. Alright. Jump. Alright, I guess I'll wail on this guy as carefully as possible. Remember how to dodge roll. I'm going to need that. He's probably going to kill me this first time. I'm not that healthy. I'm just dodging, wailing on him, and trying not to have that happen. But yeah, everything feels just a little too long. It's like if this game had phases for its bosses, which I think it kind of does. It's like, you know, when you think of the traditional rule of threes, you know, you fight an enemy and you have to hit him 3 times. It's a major type of thing where there's a whole orchestration to it, and I just remember these enemies feeling like they took longer. Like, I know the first major boss is the Ice Giant, and as frustratingly long as I remember it being to get up on that dude, and we'll certainly see that whenever I finally fight him, it's just... I guess I'm not doing too bad, if I can just dodge better. I don't know, I just remember things feeling like they took way longer than they needed to, and... Oh, shoot, don't die. I want to make it as far into this Let's Play as possible without dying. I don't want my first major death to be level 3. Oh, those BS attacks. And no, not quite yet. I'm almost there. Okay, finish him off. Yes! Oh, multiples. Great. I'm doing this. Oh, mash that button. Yes! I didn't die. Barely. That is the skill that we are dealing with, people. I barely make it. There's some tension there. Is Combat Cross just a mythical, generally, thing? Because it's like... That was a lot of just... whatever. It just seems to do a lot. And now I don't know where to go. Common problem in this game. Oh, there's a grip point. feels like the level should have been over there. Or not. Keep going. I hope this doesn't run over. I'm still trying to figure out, like I said, the whole time limits thing. I mean, really? Any kind of advice would be welcome, game. Oh, there's a path over here. Let's go down that. It's probably the way to go. Yeah, we've passed the 15-minute mark, so hopefully I can finally figure out. Maybe it's just a matter of pushing a button and like asking really nicely, and this will be a longer enough video. Because it just keeps going, and my foot is asleep. Yeah, like, see that? I get it. I can hang down ledges. All you even really have to do is push, so I didn't need the screen to be that static. Well, I mean, that's... Move away. Ah! And down I go. Dang. Oh, there's a grip. Okay. Haven't I just circled? Oh, there's another. It's just weird that the level's still going. There's just no natural rhythm, and I know that. I remember this. I know there's some levels where it just ends, like in the middle of a jump. So that's another thing with the pacing on this game. It really feels off, and like there's no natural flow. That was a doorway at least. Can I buy any attacks? I remember not really being able to. I can afford a dagger wave. Okay, let's see what that's got. Hold B to... I'll remember that. Alright. Buy that one. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Alright, so this has been episode 3. I hope I wasn't too rambly, still trying to figure out the exact format, but feel free to comment with your favorite Castlevania game. I'll talk a little bit more about mine and why it's my favorite next time. And I'd love for you guys to be commenting and telling me what you think. Just, help me out. What do you want me to hear me ramble about while I barely survive fighting giant swamp trolls? But I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.